Obey Jesus, saving Bitcoin. Jeremy Hayne. All right. The Eagles had their second preseason game. We bought the NFL package a little early to watch it, and I wish we did not. Andrew Makuba, they lost 13-22 at home. Doesn't really matter. It's preseason. But for the people on the bubble, everybody here over on third team, they were playing for, what's the difference between practice squad and, let's ask Rock, practice squad and the minimum NFL salary?
Jeez.
Damn. Did you know that?
No.
For the 2025 NFL season, the minimum salary for a rookie, it gets more if you're a veteran, but rookie, the least they can pay you if you're on the 53-man active roster the whole year, $795,000. Practice squad players with 2 or fewer accrued NFL seasons get $13,000 a week. That's a big difference. This equates to $234,000. So the bubble players that played with practically no energy, couldn't make a tackle, looked like they couldn't wait for it to end at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
You're talking about $560K? And, the season only lasts, September through February, the longest?
Well, actually to January in the first week is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if you're the best team, if you're the best team in your conference and you go to the Super Bowl, it ends mid-February now. Starts early September. What was that, 6 months?
Yeah.
I mean, 6 months, you're losing $500-something grand and you're not putting forth an effort. I mean,
that might be why they're not.
It looked like
they're getting paid.
It either looked like they put forth no effort, this third team, pretty much the whole third team.
Yeah.
Or they really got dominated. I don't know which one I want to think about.
I think a little of both, but the reason I think they got dominated was because they didn't put up any fight.
I didn't see much.
No, they didn't
aggressive.
seem
I didn't
to
see
care
much
for that.
pushing. Even
no.
They get up in each other's face. I didn't even see us doing any of that. I saw them excited.
They just showed up, but they didn't play.
This guy, number 34, Parry Nickerson, looked like he might push for a spot. This Brandon Johnson, 35, I saw him on the ground after, I think 9 completions to his guy, or his area, whatever. Zone, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm an NFL expert. But what I saw was bad. Jacorian Bennett, he looked like he slapped the pass away from somebody on a deep crossing route. That's good. He had to stay with him. He had to gain access to him across the field, stay with it, slap the ball away. It's like at least 15 yards downfield. That's a good play. Parry Nickerson, he got into some action. But I can't even think of anything. Patrick Johnson did something. He had a sack. He had an 11-yard. I guess they tried a wide receiver reversal, and he tackled him for an 11-yard loss.
But that Makuba, what's his name? Makuba.
Oh,
Makuba.
Yes.
Now he did something really good because he got us a touchdown. So, and then he did something after that.
He intercepted a pass and returned it for a touchdown. Maybe the next 3 series, he recovers a fumble.
There you go.
So he's responsible for 2 turnovers.
Okay, then.
And 7 of our 13 points.
We
scored 13 points. He scored more than half our points.
Didn't you say he's competing with somebody for the team?
Yeah.
The title?
So I'm at the Eagles. You go to the Eagles team, and then depth chart. This is put out by their media department. And you see here that the first and second team didn't even play that much offensively. It was mostly third team offense and second team defense to start. Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo played. To be fair, I didn't see any of them get beat deep for anything. But I think it's because the Browns have one of those short noodle arm quarterbacks, and I don't think he can. I don't think he even has the mind to throw it deep to challenge these guys. He really looks like Brock Purdy to me.
Yeah, they won today.
Yeah, they won because we were terrible.
That's right.
So I don't think any of our first team. No, our entire first team did not play.
No. Mm-mm.
I think it was the whole second team on offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't even remember Wilson. Aeneas Smith scored a touchdown, so he played. I don't remember Calcaterra there. I don't remember Shipley. It was Dylan. So it was mostly third team, wide receiver, running backs, and second team offensive line, and third and fourth team quarterback. And I got to tell you, Howie, at least let me get Tanner for a half.
Well,
so it's watchable.
Yeah.
Because these traditionally preseason games are just how do the rookies look.
Yeah. But
with Tanner McKee, I'm so spoiled now. The last 3 preseasons, I've had Tanner McKee slinging it.
Yeah.
15-yard out routes, 20, 30-yard passes, seam routes, bombs.
Yeah.
Dude's playing quarterback.
And
not this babysitting the football stuff. Playing quarterback. And I'm now spoiled.
Well, this Robinson, is he the one that was playing tonight? He held on to the ball too long, remember?
Yeah.
And that guy...
And then times he didn't, he got crushed by a weak offensive line.
Yes.
So I understand. Let's just call him DTR, because I see that's his nickname in media. Okay. That's a long name. DTR got crushed a lot, and he was definitely affected by it. He started doing wild stuff after that first quarter. Well, this was ugly. This was preseason football.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. This is the first time ever in my whole many decades of watching Eagles football, I was falling asleep at the last...
You fell asleep.
I was falling asleep.
And
between the third and the fourth quarter. And I was trying to hold my eyes open. I mean, because it was, I guess part that they weren't doing anything. And then 2, I felt tired enough to just rest to go to sleep. And normally I could be very tired and be energized and motivated to watch the games. Even preseason, I never fall asleep. I don't care. But today, that's how much they sucked.
I mean, it was just so low energy.
And I'm disappointed in you guys.
It was like a bunch of Jeb Bushes.
Yeah.
It was low energy.
I was with you today. There was no energy. There was no focus.
And I didn't even see this Darius Cooper.
Yeah.
Are we now protecting our fourth string and second string quarterback in the preseason?
Yeah.
I have to. Normally, the last preseason game, you just see the bubble guys because it's just guys trying to get tape. Who's going to be the last 3 guys on your team? Because you usually go 25 on offense, 25 on defense, and then you've got your punter, your kicker, and your holder. So those 3 spots of the 50, and then you go 25, 25. And then, you're watching the last preseason game, only if you're a diehard, just to see, the rookies and, who might make the team. It's only for the deep, nerdy fans like me. I stopped being so I could learn how to trade back when I was 24. But I know how to trade now so I can pay attention again.
Yeah.
Once you get your skill set, you can get back to your other hobbies. I could probably play video games now if I wanted to, but I like researching trades more. I'll tell you, Makuba, let's focus on the positive.
Okay.
We found our other safety opposite Reed Blankenship. Makuba had a pick and a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
He got beat a few times, but turnovers are they make up for everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, turnovers, because his pick 6 was at our 26. So that was going to be another 3 points or maybe a touchdown. So, you're talking about at least a 10 or 14 point swing all from this guy.
But it wasn't until I started yelling at the TV saying that they were being lazy, and I said they're not playing, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see Makuba turning on
Yeah.
just go run.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody. I'm saying it's motivation, and that goes into the energy of the world, the universe. That's why I do it. But I'm going to tell you, nothing was happening, guys, until I did that. And then all of a sudden, you just saw him go turn like this and then run. And I just kept run, go, and he got a touchdown.
It was awful.
So you got to put it into the universe. You got to put the energy in. They showed up with no energy. They showed up with no focus. I mean, and then that play was a really good one, and he got us the touchdown, and that was awesome. And Elliott got the kick right straight up the middle, and that was good. But like Jeremy said, after that he did he got a fumble. He did an interception and then a fumble.
He picked up a fumble.
So
he's responsible for 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Sidney Brown, and then I saw Sidney Brown. If you all remember Michael Kendricks from that 2012 draft, he was the linebacker that never quite.
His name sounds familiar.
It was Fletcher Cox, Vinnie Curry, Michael Kendricks, Nick Foles. Those were the 4 guys they drafted in that draft. And Michael Kendricks was the guy that a lot of people will call either Top Gun or Flyby, because he would... Thank you. He would run full speed by and dive and throw himself at NFL ball carriers. And they would just stop and let him fly by or juke back. And this guy had so many missed tackles. He was really a disappointment. Sidney Brown looks like that. I saw Sidney Brown's body blurring by on the TV at least 3 times today.
Yeah.
Can you just break down and get your chest on a chest?
Yeah.
You're the dude. Look at who Sidney Brown is. 5'10", 211. So thump a dude.
Yeah.
You're 211.
There was no contact sport today.
Get your chest on a chest and at least slow his momentum.
Yeah.
And then help can come and wrap him up. I mean, why are you flying by a guy? I think Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo are special team only type guys. I just do. Maybe Keely I didn't see get burned a lot today. So.
Well, I could start hoping.
I don't want to take my anger on Sidney Brown and the overall team out on Keely, because I didn't see him bad, but he was so bad that one game that I just haven't shaken it. And Jacorian Bennett, he had a pass knock away. I already mentioned him. I mean, another good guy, Jihaad Campbell, had a sack. He looks like he needs to start next to Zach Bond. This dude's he just blew right through that line. Circled around their noodle arm quarterback, came up behind him, tripped him up for the sack. And then we also had a sack from Azeez Ojulari. That's good. We need. I've been worrying about our backup edge rushers. I mean, 1, 2, 3 guys. I would throw Perry Nickerson. He looked active. I say 4 guys did something. And Aeneas Smith got a touchdown. 5 guys did something. A handful of guys.
Well, I thought after the half that they would come back fighting, and swinging, all energetic and everything. But instead, they got worse and the other team got another touchdown. I mean, I kept looking at the score.
Dorian Thompson Robinson and Kyle McCord, there's a gigantic, Lake Superior gap between them and Tanner McKee. And it's now at a point where we absolutely cannot trade Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
Can't. Jalen gets hurt 2-3 games a year. Well, he gets hurt at least 2 games a year, and then we play that one game where, for whatever reason, the seeding, we just don't play starters. I don't want to watch crap for those 3 games. I need Tanner McKee. And you don't even have to trade Tanner McKee next year, because the year after that, he's going to get a $30 to $40, maybe $50 million contract to be somebody's starting quarterback. And we're going to get a 3rd round pick the next season in draft compensation, because the contract's going to be so big. So we don't ever have to trade Tanner McKee to upgrade his 6th-round pick into a 3rd-round pick. Next year, at the end of the next season, I think people are going to call us for him.
Did Kyle McCord ever play yet?
He played today. He was the white quarterback.
Oh, okay.
DTR was the black quarterback. They both looked terrible.
Yeah.
Kyle McCord did throw the interception, but not the interception. He threw the touchdown.
Yeah.
But it looked like all he could throw was slants and then little dump passes to running backs.
Who kept dropping the ball today when they were throwing the
Oh,
pass?
I saw many drops.
There were a couple drops.
I saw this.
Yeah.
A white wide receiver looked like.
Yeah.
This, I think, is this. Yeah, Taylor Morin. I saw several drops from him. Who's 42? Let's see. Giles Jackson, I saw 2 bounce right off his hands. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but these guys don't.
They didn't play
I
well.
know you need to have a roster to finish, camp and that 3rd game, but these guys don't need to be here.
And maybe next preseason game next week, maybe they'll put in McKee.
No? Because... No? I mean, nobody's going to trade for either of them. So you're going to have to pick which one that you cut and which... Honestly, based on that film, you can cut them both and stash one on them on the practice squad. I would not keep a 3rd quarterback after that performance, over a developmental, like a Miles Hinton or... maybe another corner, since we're having such trouble at corner, or another edge rusher. I mean, I haven't really seen anybody, because the way I see it, they keep 5 edge, 5 defensive tackles, 4 linebackers. But remember, Nakobe Dean is going to start the season on the player unable to play, the PUP list, and he won't be ready until probably November. And eventually, once he comes on, you're going to have to make a spot for him. So I figure 4 safeties, 4 linebackers, 5, and then I guess maybe 6 corners. On offense, I mean, look at the guys that didn't play today made the team. So Cooper, I didn't see him play. I think he made the team. Wilson, all these guys. So what's this? 12. So 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't even know if I would keep one of them. You might need a 4th tight end or an 11th. Last year they kept 11 offensive linemen, but based on the offensive line play I saw today, you might be able to just keep 8 of these guys and just practice squad there. I didn't see much of anything.
Who was the safety that
good
you said
today offensively?
Who was the safety that you said messed up today?
Sidney Brown. Tristan McCollum was all over the place. He was doing more dive-by. The Sidney Brown and Tristan McCollum flyby and not break down and just chest on a chest, stop player momentum tackling. I get you don't tackle live to the ground and all camp, but you got to start practicing that. That's. I mean, we're gonna have to win shootouts.
And every time we
why did you trade C.J. Gardner-Johnson? You opened up a giant hole here. Well, now that Makuba is here, I'm cool.
Yeah,
but damn,
he's pretty good.
If Reed gets hurt, let me tell you something.
I like him.
If Quinyon Mitchell or Reed, or God forbid, both get hurt, this season's fucked.
Yeah. And it can happen, unfortunately.
Of course it can.
I mean, the team members you don't think that it can happen to, sometimes that's who
injuries in the NFL are guaranteed. If you play 5 years, you're going to be injured at some point.
Yeah. So what do you think was their biggest hang-up today?
Energy.
Me too.
Effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw listless.
Yeah.
Remember, we just covered, Third team, fourth team, it's the difference between 234K
Yeah.
and 800K.
Yeah. So
560,000 dollars.
So isn't money a motivator?
I would think so. I don't even. Maybe you just keep. Well, this is interesting. So I don't know if Tristan McCollum needs to be on the team. We've already shown that Cooper can play safety in the mind of Vic. And Perry Nickerson had effort today in the second half. That was 34. Remember I kept saying, hey, 34 is doing stuff.
Yeah.
He broke up passes.
Yeah.
He looked like he was in place. He was tackling.
Yeah, you said that.
He was not 34. I didn't know his name. And his long dreads covered his name, so I couldn't read his name until now. Yeah. So maybe you can keep maybe you can keep Perry Nickerson and Mac McWilliams and keep Coop DeJean as a safety and cut Tristan McCollum. Or even cut Sidney Brown. Like I don't see much out of Sidney Brown.
So how did we win last week and then do so terrible today? What was different?
Tanner McKee. I've never played football in any organized way. Just
Neither
like a rolled up aluminum foil ball at the tot lot or the recess, street ball, stupid shit. Nobody talented, just kid stuff.
Yeah.
But I have several buddies that got to at least college. One buddy got to a training camp. But my friend Dwyer, who helped me make Underwriting Love, he played cornerback at a Division 1A school.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Trust me, it's a very small group of people that can get to that level. He said he was there a good 3 years, and 2 of the years their defense was great, but their offense could not score. And then, in the defensive meetings, the head coach would come in sometimes and apologize. And he's like, it's just so frustrating when you're giving up 13 or less a game and you're losing.
Yeah.
And I think the whole team gets deflated when the quarterback position isn't good.
Yeah.
Tanner McKee is the difference between last week and this week.
And do you remember the score last week? Can you look it up?
Yeah, it's right here. 34-27.
Us, 34, right?
And we didn't have any defensive scores, so Tanner put up the bulk of them.
Yeah. And then look at today's score.
Yeah. More than half is Makuba.
Yeah.
So what our offense got, and then I don't know if the field goal was in their territory, and that is, if the turnover, the fumble recovery by Makuba later, if that was in their territory and we just 3-and-outed and kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
Because you can't give the offense any credit for those 3 points. I don't remember. I don't care to look it up. I want to forget about this game. As far as I'm concerned, I learned that Jihaad Campbell needs to start. He's just too athletic. I'm sorry, Jeremiah Trotter. But it's got to be Campbell and Bond. And Makuba's my starting safety.
Makuba is
I don't even know if Sidney Brown needs to be on the team. Campbell and Makuba are rookies. That was your first-round pick. This was your second-round pick. Third-round pick, Ty Robinson. I don't remember seeing him play beyond the second quarter.
So then we have to keep Makuba and make him a player.
I think Makuba's a starter now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because what do you see? His first full game, interception for a touchdown, and then a fumble recovery.
Yes.
Dude's around the ball.
Yes, he had a lot of energy.
He's either tracking that ball and he's around it, or he's lucky. Either way, give me the lucky guy.
Yeah.
Sidney Brown, that fly-by tackling. There's 2 things in the NFL defensively that drive me crazy after all these years of watching. Fly-by tackling.
Yeah.
Because these NFL guys are big and strong and balanced. You bounce off of them, and then they continue to run, either for the first down or the touchdown. The fly-by tackling drives me crazy. The other thing is, when we play zone, and you've got, see if I can get my hands in, you get 4 points, right? Player, a box, and their dude's right here, and he catches it in between 4 guys.
That's almost impossible.
I can't tell you how many years I've watched Eagles football with bad defensive
Yeah.
coordinators. 3rd and 15, 3rd and 18, right over the middle, in between four guys. The four guys converge, and when the dude gets up, he's got the ball in his hands, first down. 16 yards on 3rd and 15. 18 yards on 3rd and 17. Like clockwork. Like, how do you have four around and the dude in the middle? Nobody undercuts it.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy, and the flyby tackling, I just can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're trying to knock a guy out or lay out the big hit. I think they're scared of contact. Get your chest on his chest and stop his momentum.
Well, it is called contact sport.
Yeah.
So maybe they went so far to the one side of things that they're not allowed to even touch a player now before they're thinking that there's going to be an injury. They went too far over. I mean, you're going to have some unfortunate injuries, and you're going to have some of that because it's contact football. It's, it's contact.
Well, like, why are you 211? Why did you hit weight so hard if you're not going to use it?
Yeah, yeah.
I heard this a long time ago. In NFL, you need to be able to run through a wall. You also need to become the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot who said that.
Sidney Brown, become the wall.
Yeah.
Why? The wall doesn't dive and
Yeah.
fly by. The wall breaks down and takes the hit to just drain all momentum, and then you've got other guys that'll come and punch it out.
I remember growing up, and I used to be the one, youngest of the daughters, that sat with my father. Even my brothers didn't sit with him that as much as I did. Watching all the sports, boxing, wrestling, football, flyers, everybody, right? Phil's, everybody. And I remember growing up listening to him. I was like maybe 7 at that time. And I remember him saying they have to create a wall defense. That was one of my father's sayings. They have to get those big guys out there and be a wall defense.
I love Grandpa.
And those guys were huge back then.
I love Grandpa.
Players.
I love Grandpa.
And they didn't care that they were contacting all over the place. I mean, they were monsters.
He, Marine, watching, before basically Buddy Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm talking 60s.
Yeah. Before Buddy Ryan.
That was when they played.
The Eagles defense was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they would consistently be like 3 and whatever.
Yeah.
For 2 decades, they were terrible. I guess they were good in the 60s, right before
they were good.
Was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were good.
But
and we played against them.
But for the 70s and most of the 80s, really, I guess Vermeil had a good couple of years, but for the most part, Dallas just destroyed us, and we were the laughingstock of the NFC East with bad defense. So he had to see a lot of bad Eagles, and then the tease of the Andy Reid years,
Yeah.
And he didn't even get to watch the Super Bowl.
No, he was up with God.
He was in heaven watching, hopefully. Yeah. I don't know what happens up there. Maybe you don't care. I don't know.
I like to think that God provides a big, super, super huge TV, and everybody who can't be involved down here anymore, it still can be up in the spirit world, and they get to watch. You know what I mean? Any sport they love.
Maybe a whole bunch of years.
That was just like. I mean, my father had a calendar on the wall, and he'd have them marked on. He knew. I mean, even when he was in those crazy nursing home places, I would call and check on him routinely from California when I was still living out there, and I'd check on him. Hey, Dad, you know the game? Yeah, I know. I don't have a schedule. Oh, well, okay. A couple days later, I say, Dad, how you doing? I got the schedule in the mail. I said, yeah, of course. I gave you one for you and a copy for Gene and Jimmy, because they would go. My brothers went there to watch the game at the nursing home with them. So anyways, even there, you got to provide a happiness for people when you can't especially be there with them out of state. And you have to let them know they're always remembered. Like my father, and I'm not trying to go off course here or anything, but it's just bringing me back a really cool memory of what I was able to do for my father. And this is for all of you out there who may be dealing with a parent in a nursing home, or whether you could be there with them or not. Like in my case, I was in California, he was in Philly, but I called them and checked on him, believe me, every day, so I was a pest, so that he knew he was cared for. But anyway, one of the things I was able to do, beside the schedules and all that, I would send him anything to do with snacks and all that he could watch the games with. It was also, I contacted, and I still don't know how I did it. I honestly don't know how I did it. I was just on a mission, and I found one, avenue to the X. You know how you are in life. You want an avenue, another avenues, things start opening up, doors opening up. And I found the guy. He was a sergeant in a Marines arms, what they call the arms in Pennsylvania. So it was like a military sort of, like a mini base kind of thing in Pennsylvania. And I reached out to him and I said, could you do me a favor, Sergeant of Arms? I said, could you do me a favor? Is there a way that you could send somebody to this nursing home and visit my father? He's a Marine. And he's missing his life right now. And I started getting into emails with the guy, and I saved all the emails too. And he started reaching out to me, and then he said, "What's the address?" I'm telling you, it was as easy as that. The search was harder and all, the research and all that, but the contact. Once I made contact with this guy, and I told him there was a Marine in trouble. This guy, the very first thing he said is his name. I'm Gus. Blah blah blah. I said, "Yeah, thank you. Where's your father?" Is he a Marine? I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Where's the address?" And this guy had to go a couple hours away, to go there. Would you believe? I said, he says, "I'll be going out next Sunday to see your father." What's his name again? I told him again. He goes, "Okay." I said, "Could you do me a favor?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Just do this for me." He said, "Do you want me to tell your father anything while I'm there?" And I said, "Yes, I want you to do this. When my father asks, and he will, so I knew my father pretty well, when he asks, 'How did you find me?' When he asks you this, Gus, please say, 'Your daughter Lydia.'" And then watch his smile. And then he said, "Okay, I'll do that." Guess what happened? The next email I got back was, I came in, I visit your father, everything's good. He seemed to be in good spirits when I was there. We talked for hours about every kind of different stories, and he knew his D number right off the bat. They never forget their D number. And for all you Marines out there who might be listening, and servicemen. Anyways, so then what happened is, about a day later, I called him, checked on my father, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a visitor." I said, "You did?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Who's that, Dad?" He goes, "Some guy named Gus." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." "Sergeant at Arms?" I was like, "Yeah." Pause. So I'm waiting. Now, my father was not a gushy guy. He's not going to go, "Oh, thank you very much." It's just not who he was. I mean, he was grateful, but he just wasn't mushy.
It's the Eagles.
I know. I went off for a purpose. So then he says to me, "You did that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said that, so did you smile big? He goes, "Yeah, best I could." He goes, "Yeah." As soon as he said, "I did ask," I said, "I knew you would." He said, "Yeah, I asked, how'd you find me?" And the guy said, "Your daughter Lydia." And he goes, "I should have guessed." So he smiled, yeah. So, yeah, okay, Dad. Now, the reason I brought that story up during the Eagles is because, I wanted to show a little positiveness about a guy who was an Eagle guy from way back when. He was 89 when God took him, and when he was 10 years old, he spiked the fence with his 4 or 5 buddies in Center City when they had the old stadium, and the fences were not, I guess, repaired, and you had they called spike the fence, and you could go in and watch the practices
Franklin
up the bleachers.
Field.
Yeah, and those were the days for him. So from that little boy of 10 till 89 years old, God took him. He was nothing but about the Eagles. And one time I asked him, because this guy, when he was a SEPTA driver for Route 66, he'd get so mad on his days that he finally had off, and he was watching the game, and he'd get his cigar and he'd throw it, and I had to go find it for him when he was pissed, right? Because you get all that in you.
Hi, Mom.
So then I said to him, later in life as an adult, I said, "Dad, why do you watch them if they get you so upset?" He goes, "You hate them, you love them." I said, so next week you'll be watching. Yeah, of course.
Of course. You know
So
how many
that's
times
the
I've
reason
given
I
it up?
told you the story, because positivity first of all, and the guy who watched forever and then just missed it by say a margin of maybe 6 months when God took him, and then later on there was the Super Bowl. So I like to think that God provides it up there, and He's able to up there watch it. Same with your dad. Well, you got to watch it with your dad before he went up. That one, right?
Yeah.
That one.
17.
Yeah. So that's the reason I brought that story up, guys, because you have to keep going, right? You have to keep going at the mat. And I wanted the Eagles to show that today, and they didn't. And so I was disappointed. So I'm thinking that maybe now, does they have this mess up game, next week they're going to work even harder and they're going to blow it out.
Well, I just don't understand why they've such little effort on that field when you're talking about 500 grand. But look at these years your father had to put up with. 5 wins, 9 losses, 66. That's not bad. 9 wins, 5 losses, 6, 7, 2 and 12, 4 and 9, 3 and 10, 6 and 7. You go through all that just to go 6 and 7, 2 and 11, 5 and 8, 7 and 7, 4 and 10, 4 and 10, 5 and 9. And 78, 9 and 7, 79, 11 and 5, 80, 12 and 4. That must have been when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he was wishing.
81, 10 and 6, 82, 3 wins, 6 losses. There was a strike. 5 wins, 11 losses. 6 wins, 9 losses. 5 wins, 10 losses. 7 wins, 9 losses. 7 and 8. And then Buddy Ryan gets there, and it's 10 and 6, 11 and 5. But couldn't win a playoff game, Buddy. And then Ray Rhodes was just very average. His last year was terrible, which led to Andy Reid. And then the great tease of Big Red.
Special teams back in those days too, under Andy Reid.
I'm tired of everybody talking about how great coach he is. 5 NFC championships, 1 and 4.
Yeah.
0 and 1 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then he gets the Magic Man, Mahomes.
Yeah.
And fine, now he can finally win.
Yeah.
But come on, man, 1 and 4.
Where was
I knew we won that Super Bowl.
Where was his energy and where was all that dominance during the 13 years we had him paying him?
Because it ain't Andy.
Paying him.
It's not Andy, it's Mahomes. It's not. It's Mahomes. And Mahomes is a much better quarterback than Donovan McNabb.
Well, I always liked Donovan, so I'm impartial.
He seems likable, but I mean, absolutely terrible in the playoffs.
I just feel like sometimes when I used to watch him, I thought that he seemed like that he had a restraint on him for some reason. He couldn't make it win for some reason.
But I'm just saying, your father had to watch all this and then not even get to live to see them win the Super Bowl.
Yes, but he enjoyed the game.
17.
He enjoyed the game, believe me.
Well, any thoughts about their roster, their depth chart?
Yeah, I think that we should hire this Makuba and make him a starter. Okay, I do, because he really dominated the game out of everyone today. And showed energy, the focus,
monster plays.
The two big things I always say that the Birds have to have is energy and focus. And the players didn't have, the majority of them today didn't have that today. And you have to have both. Okay, and then the contact. There was no contact, okay, against some of the players, right?
Well, there was contact, but there wasn't tackling.
Well, not enough to give us some points on the board. And what do we have on the board? I mean, it looked like we were going to start doing okay again, and then the half comes in, and I wish well for them. Yay, they're going to get re-energetic because they had half, took a little time off. But no, they didn't. They sucked worse. And then I started falling asleep, and that never happens to me.
Smile Munden, I saw him make plays.
Okay.
Our linebackers
what's
are
that,
good. 4
players?
We've got a good line. I would say we're up to 6 now.
So 6 out of how many?
Makuba, Mondin, Jihaad Campbell, Nickerson. Offensively, I mean, Anita Smith.
Nah.
These guys. I mean, you're talking about $560,000.
Yeah, it would be great motivation to me. Would
you rather be practice squad?
I would be alert, energetic, and everything they wanted me to be.
I mean, damn. So yeah, this got settled today. It's Makuba.
Yeah,
And then
for
you
sure.
know you deal with the
Yeah.
mistakes of a rookie.
So now you look at that.
But it's fine because you're growing him.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
already showed you playmaking ability. So
Yeah.
you just grow the rookie. You understand that you got a rookie safety.
Yeah.
And, you know, coach a little conservatively back there. We've got an offense.
Yeah.
You won't see any of them in these awful preseason games. But, boy, today was your standard preseason game. And I got spoiled because preseason games have been fun with Tanner McKee.
Yes.
And, boy, these other Qs, I don't even know if I would carry these.
Yeah.
Both of these guys will make the practice squad.
Yeah.
With that tape, Kyle McCord, nobody will pick him up.
Yeah.
These guys are going to practice. You could probably put both of them on practice squad.
Well, they better shape up because they have one more preseason left.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, it's the regular season.
If there's any real head scratchers, like who do we keep? Do we keep an extra whatever receiver, an extra linebacker, extra edge rusher? Get rid of both of these guys. Put one of them on practice squad, and just carry two. Because you know the chances of both of these guys getting hurt is slim. And if they do, you're fucked. If Jalen gets hurt week 1 and Tanner gets hurt week 2, your season's over.
Yeah.
Because you can't win shit with these two. You got to do an emergency trade to Cleveland to get 42-year-old fucking Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but then you said that the Browns have 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah. So you have to go get one. Hey, I heard you don't like Shadur. Both of our top 2 guys got hurt. We'll take them. We got a bunch of draft picks.
Today was not a Super Bowl team.
No.
And I'm saying that. And I always defend the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, it is just preseason, so that makes me feel better. Obviously, when a Jalen Carter's back there and Jordan Davis and Bond is flying around with Campbell, Reed Blankenship solidifying it back, there's no Q, there's no Coop. And with Coop and Makuba, you could do that Coop sound for both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And they both cause problems.
Yeah.
They both can punch out the ball. They both slap the passes away.
And they're both fast.
They're both capable of interceptions. They can both have pick sixes.
They can run.
Everybody saw Coop get his in the Super Bowl.
But the thing with this...
And Blankenship got 4 interceptions last year. So if you start Makuba, you know, this group can get you.
Yeah, Blankenship's pretty good.
This can get you 10 to 12 picks.
But, you know...
And then you need your linebackers to punch the ball out.
Isn't the idea of preseason to see what the backups can do?
Yeah.
Right? So if the backups are stinking like they did today, what good are they going to be to our starters next week?
If you're Cleveland, you got to be excited about your team.
Yes, they did well. Browns did well today.
Apparently the Browns dominated us in practice like 2 straight days, and then this was total domination.
Yes.
If McCool didn't make that play, it's 22-6.
It would have been a slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hope.
Because I remember when we were only at 1 point ahead of them right before the third, I think it was, the third quarter. And I said, please don't let us just be trailing. And then they had the half, and then the third quarter came in, and then the Browns got another touchdown and another 3 points. And then before you know it, they're way ahead of us. So, you know.
And apparently, you know, Jordan Mailata was getting destroyed by their all-world defensive end, Myles Garrett. So if we played their ones, I don't know how much better our offensive line would have been. Our offensive line, look, right now, we're missing our Pro Bowl left guard. You know, Garrett's going to give everybody a problem. And then you've got, the right side will be fine. But
so what do you predict for next preseason game? Who do you think will be playing?
I got to tell you, I don't even care.
Yeah, but, you know, we said the negatives, got to say the positives.
We'll play. For some reason, we always play the Jets the last preseason game. You know, they're gonna. You know, he'll get the first half, he'll get the second half, or vice versa. I don't think switching them out every series back and forth. I think that's stupid. Let him get a continuity going. I mean, if he ain't even gonna be in there, who's gonna get open and catch the ball? Like I say, you know, I think we have 6 receivers. Johnny Wilson and Anaya Smith have proved themselves. They don't need to play anymore. Let these 3rd and 4th team guys try to get a job next week. But I gotta tell you, I would play Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo to see who the hell's gonna be our starting cornerback.
And Makuba?
Makuba, I would sit. I'd let Sidney Brown and Tristan McCollum play to show us that they should be on the team.
Yeah, because you said that isn't it Brown and Makuba who are competing with each other?
Yeah.
Well, then that's the only way we're going to find out. And you don't want to wait to the first game.
Also, let
us see it in the preseason.
There is some flexibility position-wise. Coop, according to Vic Fangio, can play safety.
Oh, okay.
And Makuba was known as a very good slot corner before he went to Texas last year and played safety. So if you have to, you could throw Cooper to safety or keep, since Makuba showed out today, keep him at safety, throw Cooper at outside corner.
Yeah.
And see if this Perry Nickerson or Mac McWilliams can play slot. And then Cooper DeJean can solidify that. Because I guarantee you, Dak Prescott is going to eat this matchup alive.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, right now, we could definitely lose to the Cowboys with this kind of... Right now, I consider this... It's as if at times we don't have a corner in that game against Cincinnati. It looked like at times we didn't have a corner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why would I go bother with him when this is easy?
So,
Quignon's going to be... he's probably going to have a very clean uniform until this gets settled because he's very good. And these guys make it easy. Why would you throw one pass this way when you could just eat over here?
Who was the corner safety that played today that couldn't follow through?
Oh, all of them were terrible.
So then you might
except for Perry Nickerson and Makuba. These two played well. The rest of these, I didn't see anything good about them. Ja'Cory Bennett knocked one pass away.
Then sit those guys out next preseason and bring the other guys in, like the Coop, the Gene, and whoever else you feel.
Well, no, none of these first teamers are going to play
in the
starters? Preseason. Yeah, first team's all starters.
Well, I'm not sure.
I gotta tell you, not playing Tanner today really pissed me off. It sucked all the enthusiasm out of me.
And he played last week though.
Yeah.
So what do you think that was in their mind today? What do you think was in Nick's mind? I guess
it's guaranteed that they are not going to trade Tanner McKee in 25. He's too valuable. Because you know Jalen's going to get hurt 2-3 games.
So do you think they'll start McKee next week?
No, you won't see Tanner McKee anymore.
Since they did so horribly today?
No, they're going to give these two a chance to redeem themselves.
Okay.
And put some stuff on tape. I mean, I didn't even see Darius Cooper.
Yeah.
Maybe he was out there and he's throwing the ball. But I can't imagine him not being able to get open once when he was constantly cooking Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But we have linebackers. Jeremiah Trotter was steady. He's steady, but Jihaad Campbell's a star. He's got to be on that field. I'm sorry, Jeremiah Trotter. As excited as I was for them to draft him because of his father, I didn't know Jihaad Campbell was coming a year later. Sorry. Dude's a star. Like what you saw him shoot through that blew right past a lineman, circled around, and just nicked his foot, and that dude fell down. Like, fine, maybe like a Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Mahomes probably stays on his feet, but there's 3 teams that have them. Most quarterbacks are falling down.
Yeah.
There, and that's a sack, and then of course we gave up 3rd and long because we can't cover shit.
So today is not a day that you would want to watch the game today again, because usually you will rewatch games, but today because they didn't do so well, or would you watch just to see what we went wrong?
I'll rewatch to see how the secondary did.
Yeah.
Or to see if other guys were open.
Yeah.
Because I mean, DTR looked terrified. Mm-hmm. And he had good reason. The offensive line was awful. The second string line was awful.
Yeah.
Kyle McCord looked like he looked like a dump off. Mm-hmm. He looked like a noodle arm.
Yeah.
But he's got a rocket.
Yeah.
He's got an arm, but he wouldn't unleash it.
Yeah.
I miss watching Tammy Key play so bad.
I won't watch the recap. I won't watch the recap only because I'm telling you, literally, I was falling asleep in the third quarter, and I don't do that. Not even in preseason.
I'll watch it in review,
and I'm not going to do that
all alone in the dark.
And we're out of popcorn.
The popcorn was good.
It was very good. He makes really good popcorn. His girl showed him this way to make it, and he really does. I burn it every time.
She learned it from Food Wishes, this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Master Chef. He gives recipes. Teaches very basic ways to do things. So good.
But that was the best part of the game today.
It's the popcorn.
and the subscription. You getting the savings of money.
Mom,
that's a good thing.
Because Mom put in her name and
Makuba.
And I'm not returning, then we save like $400.
Yay, Mom.
So I like saving money. Makuba is our starting safety.
Yes, definitely. Well, we got that from watching the game.
And Jihaad Campbell.
We had to go through this.
Jihaad Campbell has to start. So we resolved 2 things.
Yes, exactly. So that's something. That's something from nothing.
But boy, that backup offensive line.
Yeah, and I'm still not watching the recap.
You gotta remember, Lane Johnson's like 35.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see anything here. So.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I usually stick up for you guys, but I can't today. Sorry.
I mean. All right, I'm done.
I'm done too.
Thanks.
Have a great night, guys.
Thanks
Leave a
for
comment
watching.
for Jeremy, please. I don't care who your favorite is for game, except for Dallas. Sorry, but I'm an Eagle, so. But anybody else, leave a comment for Jeremy. What your thoughts so far of your games that are playing so far this year, losses, wins, how they're playing. Leave a comment.
All right, look. Just to show you, veteran quarterback, best quarterback in the game, second best quarterback in the NFC behind Jalen Hurts, Stafford, and a veteran quarterback. They're all. Do you think any of them are gonna just not notice that Quinyon Mitchell is great and over here it's bad? They're going to just eat over there. All of these teams.
Yep, they watch the tape.
Are going to watch all that.
Yep.
And it's gonna be 30 points. So all of these are going to be shootouts. Even Denver, they found a quarterback last year.
Oh, there you go.
You might be able to beat them. Right now, I mean...
We have one more preseason, guys, next week.
Right now, it's looking like we got to win shootouts to beat a good team.
Yeah.
That's how it looks like. All right, thanks for watching. Obey Jesus, save in Bitcoin. Jeremy Hayne.